Why is it spinning? Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Please say hi as you're joining on. I'm really excited to have this live with you this morning and have a guest with me, one of my favorite people in the entire world, not only for who he is, but for his vision and his mission to help homeless youth in the LGBTQ community. And so I want to just welcome my guest, Jacob Jennings. Hey, Jacob.
Hey girl, hey.
I am so excited. You know what? It just warms my heart to know you for many years. Jacob and I have been colleagues in the real estate investing business for a number of years now, and we've gotten to work together to help people bring their vision and mission to life for financial freedom. And so, of course, after COVID hit, so many things changed, and so many people had to shift, and our priorities shifted. And one of the things that Jacob and I connected with actually was before COVID. Uh,
Barely, yeah.
yeah, just a few months before COVID was, you know, I like to connect to people and find out what they're up to and what their vision and mission and dreams are. And so Jacob shared with me his vision of really providing homes, not just housing, but homes for LGBTQ youth who have found themselves homeless based on their lifestyle choices, their decisions in life, where they're not being fully supported by their families. So I'm just gonna hand it over to you and just have you um, share a little bit about the foundation, what it's about, and maybe how this came to be a mission of yours.
Wow. Well, thank you. I love you. Okay, hi everybody. One second. Eva, I love you. Hi. So
Hi.
yes, so I started my foundation in January of this year. I wanted to do something that was significant because for those of you who for those of you who are investors, because I know some of you people are, traditional real estate wasn't really satisfying me. It wasn't really making me feel the warm and fuzzies. I didn't feel like I was doing anything. I'm not money driven. And after I lost everything last year, yet again, and was trying to figure out what to do with my life yet again. And I was having a down moment, and I was trying to remember what. Um, I was trying to think, what should I do with my life? Where am I going? Why did this all happen? I'd lost my partner, I lost my condo, my job had let everyone go, it went under. And I didn't have any money, I had no credit, and I had no idea, no savings. So I had no direction.
Mm,
And it's when you're at those moments, I've now realized that that's when you get your biggest breakthroughs, right? But you have to actually surrender. And I'm sitting there, it was the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I will not forget that. And I called a friend of mine and I was crying because I was like, you know what? I'm at my lowest. It was literally, I'm done. I don't know what else to do. I'm so done. And she said, well, what do you want to do? And I just blurted, I want to help trans youth. And
mm.
she said, that's beautiful, do it. And I'm like, I felt like I was coming out of the closet all over again. And I and I just broke down like full on ugly sobs, like puffy eyes, runny nose. It was not cute, but I was alone, so thank God. And I got off the phone with her, and I went into the house and I watched Tony Robbins' documentary, I'm Not Your Guru,
Mm,
because as one does when they have no idea, you try to find mentorship. He had a line that said, the universe does not push you, it pulls you in the direction you're supposed to go. You just have to surrender. When he
mm,
said that, I turned off the show and I went into my room and I meditated and I thought, listen, I've been homeless before. I can do it again. And right away, I heard a voice in my head that says, you're right. This time you're supposed to show other people how to do it. And it took me all the way back to when I was 17, when my parents kicked me out for being gay and it didn't fit in with our religion. And the image was I was in my car, surrounded by everything I owned, back before there were cell phones so readily available. And my mom had just peeled away in her minivan, and I'm sitting there
mm,
stunned, numb, not knowing exactly what happened, not realizing that she had just taken all the money from the bank account that I had, and I'm just sitting there with nothing, no options, 17 years old. And at that point in time, there was a moment that I decided in that car that this was going to be the best and the worst day of my life. But I was going to build from here because everything I had with me was going to be my foundation. And I had to be authentic to that. I built my life on that. And I knew even then that I wanted to have a way to help other kids that were in this situation one day. But that's what, that's what I think everyone's hangups is that they always think one day, I'm going to do something one day. When I make enough money, when I'm older, when my kids are out of the house, there's always this one day. So I had this plan starting in my head back when I was 17, but I never actually felt like it was time to implement it because one day never came. And until the Saturday after Thanksgiving last year, 2019. That's when I realized there is no one day. If you're waiting for a one day, you're never going to have it. You have to just do it. So I did what I knew to do. I put it in writing and I made it public. I made an Instagram post and said, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to try this out. It can completely fail, but I'm going to go down swinging. Just watch. And people actually started watching. I don't have a huge following, but people started watching. And you were one of them. And you called me, and I told you I just rented this house. I'm going to put 2 kids per room upstairs. I'm going to help kids that were LGBTQ and needed guidance. And we were going to take properties that were broken and forgotten, and we were going to fix them with people who were broken and forgotten and give them a home and really try to solve homelessness in America, starting with one home. And that's just how it started. That was January of this year.
Okay, so January of this year, you have one home. How many do you have now?
We now have we have 3 now. Through COVID, we actually expanded. Yes, it's been crazy. We're looking for so many more. It's not slowing down at all.
Yeah, I think that's amazing what you created from January to now. And the reason why I say that is because I do know you, and I remember us discussing your vision for having many homes and duplicating the model, creating a model that works and duplicating that in across America, so to speak. So tell us about your model for homelessness and what that looks like and what you provide, because you're not just providing them a bed to sleep in.
No.
You're not a shelter.
No, I'm not a shelter. That's a misconception I get a lot.
Yeah,
no, I'm not a shelter.
Not a shelter. So explain to people the extent of how you're supporting these kids. And I'm not gonna mess it up with my work. Do it.
So okay. So what we do, the model. Well, it stems from my belief that we don't have and we were talking about a second ago, we don't have a housing problem in the United States. We don't. We have a homing problem, which is why it's called homelessness, not houselessness. But until we address what a home is to a person, we will never fix this problem because we're not attacking it correctly. You see, a house is 4 walls and a roof. That's a house. And if you put someone who's homeless in a house, they just have shelter from the rain. That doesn't fix their conception of what a home is. You see, what a home is, it's supposed to be a safe haven, a sanctuary. It's part of your identity. You've got your family there. You have a couple of dogs or cats, maybe, people have holidays, right? And you have memories there, which is why they're so important. So then when you are betrayed by that home because you're told that you don't matter, that you are no longer welcome, that scars you. That hurts. And then you have a loss. You're grieving and you don't know how to connect to it because no matter what, in the back of your mind, all you hear is you're not worthy of a home. And that it echoes and it permeates through the rest of your being. And it took me almost 20 years to overcome that for myself. what you have to do is give them permission to be angry at
Mm,
what their idea of home was. And then you have to correct it. So what I
mm,
decided to do, my original thought when I wanted to put all this together was to take houses that were dilapidated and vacant and gross, forgotten and unloved, just like they could relate. And we
mm.
were going to use it as real estate therapy. What everyone's been doing, right? Everyone loves retail therapy, but real estate therapy is amazing. For example, we go in and but there's like a wall that has to be remodeled or redone or whatever. We will actually go in there and we write all those limiting beliefs that we no longer hold true. You're not worthy. God doesn't love you. Your mother never wants to speak to you again. All these horrible things that
Mm,
they think and that echo through their head. Then we take a mallet and
mhm,
we bust that crap to the floor and we throw that garbage out because that's all it ever was. And then they can rebuild that wall and they rebuild that foundation. And now they get a say in what color is it going to be. They
mhm,
get a say in the kitchen cabinets and the fixtures and the floor. And they get a say in what home they want to create, which is now repairing their relationship with what the concept of a home is.
mm.
From there, they're able to move on and they're able to grow. And they're able to see that they can create something, that they're worthy of something. And it's been incredible to see how all that transforms. Um,
It is
yeah.
incredible. It is incredible. And I love the vision that you have for repairing what the world sees as broken and finding the beauty and the restoration in it and applying it to these children. I mean, I've never heard of any other model for support and and support for the homeless in this particular community like this, but I'm not well versed in it. Is this your original concept?
This was my so my original concept was actually to have a dance studio because that was what I did when that's what saved my life at 18, and teach kids that had the same issue how to dance
Mm-hmm.
and give them a professional career. But then as I have grown, my vision has grown.
Uh-huh.
But I will tell you, however it starts, it never ends up there. Like you might have a great idea, it
Mm-hmm.
will not go there. Just go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
Like if you had a baby, you can have all the plans in the world for who that baby's going to be. Does it turn out that way? Eva, does it turn out that way?
That never works. Well, what I
No.
meant by that is, do you know another model like this that uses real estate therapy in the way that you're using it to really build these kids back up, build up their self-esteem, their self-confidence, their accomplishments, and their worthiness in the
Hmm.
world?
I know of several models that are wonderful that give people the chance to stand up and to do something. The I was just blessed to be able to have a different perspective.
Mhm.
Alexa, stop. I have sorry, had a reminder come on.
I
Um,
love AI.
I was just fortunate to be able to combine a lot of them.
I
What
just
was
want
that?
to say my friend Gabby Howard is watching and she says hi, Eva and Jacob in the comments. So I just want to say,
Hi, Eva. Hi,
hey,
Gabby.
Gabby.
I was able to put different aspects of different models together, but the perspective I have, which is what makes Sherlock Holmes different, was because I experienced it personally,
Mhm.
right? And when you have someone who has a vision that can actually relate and speak to what it is, there's a conviction that no one else has. We have a couple of friends who Frank and Sherry Calendario who have a Kate's House Foundation who I took a lot of my model off of as far as the rental and the membership side of the home.
Mhm.
Um, uh, they have a different perspective because they house people who were former drug addicts or coming out of prison, and they know it because Sherry's daughter went through it. So Sherry experienced it from a different perspective, and so they are able to be mothers and fathers to these individuals. Mine is I just relate in a very different way. I'm just blessed that I have the ability to reach out to as many people as I have been able to, and I have such a great community. That was something I did not realize I had. That was probably my most unused resource that you made me reach into, and so you would support me through weeks and weeks and weeks of my high performance coaching. So shameless plug for Eva, just saying. So
Well,
yeah,
you
that
know
is
what? Oh, thank you for mentioning that, and I really appreciate that as well. But how important was it for the success and the ongoing success and the journey that you're on, for your mission and your vision, to really have someone supporting you in this in a way that not only was for your personal development, but really to really stretch you into areas that you hadn't thought of and hadn't previously been into? I mean, because this was something you were creating, building the plane as you were flying it, so to speak. So do, do you think that you got to a faster pace on this journey because of support?
I'm laughing because it's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So so what was helpful? There's so many things that, oh my God. I had moved into the home, I think like 3 days before you and I had our chat. And
Wow.
then yeah, I was moving in, and then I was sitting in the parking lot of a Blaze Pizzeria. I remember that now, chatting with you. And then you told me about performance coaching. I was like, yes, I need help. Why it was so helpful for me was because I had so many things going on in my head. And I'm sure that you can see it. I know, Gabby, can you imagine? So you can see that these things are going on in my head. Like,
Squirrel.
well, and it's like, there's this pressure that I was putting on myself that I did not know how I was going to meet. The fact that I had someone else getting me out of my head and getting me out of my way was essential to the success of what we're doing so far. I needed to take care of myself. I have a problem, and I will, sorry about that. I have a, I want to be, I wanted to save everybody, but I also need to make sure to save myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the biggest thing you reminded me how to do, but it was also the system in which to do it, making sure to do the little things, but take time for my meditation, take time. What was that?
System? Wait, I was
Oh,
just
the S word.
the
The S word.
It's
Okay.
a joke between me and Jacob, because literally every time I said something like systems or structure, he literally wanted to kill me.
I would hive. I would break out. I was like,
I can't talk to you anymore. I don't do
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I gotta go. I gotta go.
It was adorable. And then the day he called me, he was like, Eva, I have systems. I was like, oh, you're so adorable.
Oh, it got worse. It got worse than a system. It became an entity. It became something. So many things when I surrendered, and I have to surrender every day. It's not something you just do once. I have to surrender every day.
Hey, Bo.
You had me reach out to people. You must
Bo.
see, I don't know who's here. Do I see who's on this?
No, I have the
Oh,
power.
well, those aren't you lucky. I'm not going to say you've got control issues, but I am going to say you got some talent there. So, but no, I remember, like, we would have these calls and they would build off of each other. And I actually looked forward to them because no matter what, because in the house, everything's chaotic, but at least I could see I was growing somewhere in my life, and it bled into growing in the foundation. And then you had me reach out to my network to see who would support me in various areas and arenas. I felt unworthy to do it, but because my coach told me to do it, I did. Then I started getting people wanting to help, which was incredible. That's when I realized, well, part of the thing for anybody, if you want to do anything worthwhile, it's got to be bigger than you, right? I did not cause the problem in society, so society has to be the one to fix it. So it can't just be me. That took me a while to start to realize. Like, it's actually been fairly recent, but it was started with reaching out to people. But the coolest thing was people wanted not only to get involved, they wanted to ask questions, and then they wanted to volunteer or donate or learn. And suddenly people were starting to give me houses, and people were starting to they would make these amazing donations of food or clothing or anything they could do to help, because now we're in the middle of a pandemic. And the business model that I had was completely scrapped and thrown out the door.
Mm.
So, and it was like, and now I realize why, because that would not have been as scalable as we've created. Fast forward from January to today, I have 40 individuals working underneath me, helping me out to do this, not including the members of our home. We now have 3 homes that that are Sherlock's homes. Plus, we just got 20 homes that we have purchased that we are selling to families in need on behalf of Sherlock's homes in Rome, Georgia. We have other properties that are coming to us in. We had one offered in Littleton, with 3 in Raleigh. It's just growing, and now we have found our niche is helping other foundations that have a housing mission but don't know anything about real estate, getting them into assets that can help them save lives in their communities. And that's how we're going to get into every 50 states within 5 years. By 2025, we're going to be in all 50 states.
I think you'll be there before that. At the rate you did this one, it's like my head was spinning. And we used to say, I don't feel like I'm moving fast enough. And what did I say? I was like, if you move any fast, you're gonna fall off. And
Yes.
I've got to hold on, like, once Jacob got unleashed. And I love how you said got out of your own way, because a lot of especially in clients that I help, the worthiness issue that comes from the experiences that you've had in your life, it's like, who's going to help me? Who's going to want to? I mean, one of the things that kept coming up was, Jacob, people want an opportunity to be involved and help your mission. And, it would be very powerful for you to share the opportunity with them and not, wait, like you said in the beginning, wait till you're ready, wait till you have it all together, wait till people really want, you get them enrolled and excited about your mission, which is exactly what you did. And so that is a great segue into how can people get in touch with you, support the mission, donate to this worldwide. I mean, because like last year, one of the things that I did was I went to Costco, bought a bunch of warm socks for the homeless, male and female, and chocolates, wrapped them up, put a bow on them, put a chocolate in them. And I went to all the homeless. There's a huge homeless, the Bay Area is the best place to be homeless in because of the weather, first of all. And Christmas Eve, I wanted everybody to have just a new gift to unwrap. And Lexley really wholeheartedly volunteered some of the toys that she had to the homeless dogs, even though she didn't know she did that. But she was like, okay, Lexie's my little dog. And it was such a gratifying feeling to see the smiles that came, because it wasn't anybody's recycled clothes or recycled anything. I just wanted them to have a gift from Santa. But with COVID now, that model gets to change. And one of the reasons I really wanted to give people an opportunity to meet with you, connect with you, and hear about the mission and how it's grown and developed and the journey that you're on. This model is amazing. And I try to not to cry every time you share it with me. But how can people donate, help, be involved?
Oh, God. There are so many ways that individuals can get involved in our mission. Some of them are quiet. Some of them are just looking around your community and seeing individuals that look okay but are lost or overly stressed. Individuals who could be LGBTQ, although my model also works for veterans. We're working for veterans housing right now. We're working for battered women, single mothers. We're expanding our model into all vulnerable populations. Yes.
A damn PayPal link so people can give you money for your mission.
The PayPal link.
Do you have a chat opportunity down here, or should I share it later?
I can do it. Although, is Bo in your chat?
Yeah.
Bo, would you put the link on the chat for us? Thank you. Yeah. So I learned systems and I asked for help. You can go to our website, sherlockshomesfoundation.org, and you can. Sherlock is my doggy. Here, baby. Sherlock.
Sherlock and Lexi, I think, are cousins.
Come here. Yeah, they're right. Oh, what?
Just a cousin.
Whee! This is baby. There's a
Oh,
Sherlock. Say hi.
my
Yeah.
little
Say
Sherlock.
hi, baby.
Oh,
He's like,
Sherlock.
hi.
Oh my God, he looks like Lexi. They are just,
They do, right?
yeah.
They're definitely Jack Russells. We need a bath. So, yes, you need to absolutely donate. I mean, and the thing I want, and everyone, I want you guys to remember, I'm so blessed. I could not have done this alone. I've got the most amazing team behind me. I feel so, I am by far the dumbest one on my team, by far. Okay. I have some brilliant people around me, and I love and cherish each and every one of them. We are growing, we're expanding. We've done this with no money, no credit, no savings. I've made a paycheck since October 2019. So everybody that's whining about COVID, wham, suck it up. Life is better. Just figure it out. But if you do have
When
the
you're
gifts to help,
focusing out and you have a mission to help others,
yes,
there's a sweetness to life that comes,
it's
and an
amazing.
abundance to life that comes. And so I can't see in the chat where the link was, but I will make sure that anybody who's watching
PayPal.me is PayPal.me/funding Sherlock.
funding Sherlock. But I will make
Funding
sure
Sherlock.
that it gets out on all the platforms and people can, for the holidays, infuse those of the people who are struggling. And Jacob's mission, but you know what? He's not only just here's what I want to say, folks. He's not only providing shelter, he's providing home, he's giving people lives and missions.
Yes.
Visions. And most people who are homeless or who have been thrown out, who have been rejected in any way, shape, or form, has lost their vision. The untold loss of 2020 is vision. I got that from my coach that I was working with last week, Brendan Burchard, and vision. And your vision has grown and expanded. And I just want to appreciate you and honor you.
Thank you.
For staying on behalf and not being taken off track by the challenges that show up when you have a mission that's so big. And I want to honor you for that. I want to honor you for who you are being, who you are to these kids, and the impact that you're making in the world is phenomenal. And I'm really honored to be on this journey with you. I was so honored to be kicking your arse all the way. It was just like, it was my mission to make sure that your mission got out there and expanded. And so it is my pleasure to see your vision come to life. I'm just so gobsmacked at what you created and so proud. And so, guys, we will put that link so that everybody can see this vision become worldwide, because we have we're blessed to see Jacob before his press calendar gets too full and he doesn't have time for us anymore because we're doing trust me,
it's crazy.
I see it, and he's like, even you've got to go to my people to schedule. I don't know what my calendar.
It's like, you gotta email Melanie. I'm sorry. Yes, I'll do it. I don't know. Email Melanie. She'll get it on. I can't believe this is my life. Like, I'm going, a year ago, I was homeless. Like, and here I am going, I've got, talk to my people. I love you. I want to make sure I don't fuck it up. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to screw it up. Talk to my people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
now,
everybody.
I get the biggest goofy grin on my face when that happened, because, I knew him when. And I saw this for him. I love you, honey. We've got to jump off here at the top of the hour. Thank you, those of you who joined live and on the replay. Please share your love for my Jacob.
I love you, darling. And if you're looking for a high performance coach, I'm going to do this. For those of you who have not had the opportunity to work with Eva, it is transformational. Invest in yourself, get a coach, get someone who cares and will stand and support you, because let me tell you, they will be in your corner far more than any investment you make into their financial. They will be with you 1,000 times more. So Eva, thank you for being that person for me.
I love you, and
I love you.
I'm not done with you yet. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone.